Hello Entropians, Refuge here. I wanted to take the opportunity to talk to you about trying to make some profit, even if you're new to the game and aren't ready to make the big leap into depositing money yet. This video is based around doing sweating and hunting, otherwise known as swunting, on planet Arkadia, with a large focus on swunting gallards. This technique might work on other planets as well, but it will require finding creatures that do low damage, around the 3 hit point max, to make full use of this technique. To start off with, I'm going to get 20 ped worth of ammo. If you don't have 20 ped to spare, no problem, get what you can afford. Next, it's off to the gallards. I usually go north of Celeste Quarry to do my gallard hunting. Take a little time to learn the area that you want to swunt. Get to know the areas where the creatures spawn and where they travel to after they have spawned. This will be important to make everything work. Also, don't wear any armor while doing this. It isn't worth the decay, especially since gallards hit so weakly. I have chosen gallard swunting for 3 reasons. First is that they do very little damage, so I can stand in front of them sweating for a very long period of time. Secondly, they have more hit points than a Karabakh do, so I can pull more sweat out of each one of them. Thirdly, is that they have slightly better loot than the Karabakhs, so per kill, I get more sweat and I get more loot. With Sweat Extractor in hand, I'll pull my first gallard with it. Make sure you use your toggle auto use tool to keep your extractor active. As the gallard comes in, I'll start walking backwards. If I'm in an area with obstacles such as trees, I'll turn my camera angle so I can navigate around them using my C and Z keys and not get stuck. While moving them backward, I want to walk the gallard outside of the spawn area of the other gallards. By doing this, I can finish sweating it without worrying about being suddenly jumped by another gallard that has spawned next to me. Stick with him and take all the hits until you've gotten all the sweat you can from it. Even if your health bar gets down to almost nothing, they still have a hard time getting that killing blow in there. But if you feel you need to, take it out. After the kill, the next part is up to you as far as your health goes. The most eco way to do this is to sit back and let your health naturally regenerate to nearly full before pulling your next gallard. This takes time, but it earns you the biggest profit. Healing in between speeds up the process, trains some extra skills, but can cut into the profit margin. My advice to you is, if you want to heal, only heal when you're below 50% health, and only hit yourself once with your favorite healing device. So, let's look at what we're doing so far. Instead of joining sweat circles in which you gain a lot of sweating skills and hopefully sweat, moving towards solo swunting has many more benefits. First, you're still getting a ton of sweat related skills. Since you're the only target, that means you're constantly training your defensive skills to help improve that ever important evade skill. Also, unlike sweat circles, the killing your creatures is all on you, so you're working your offensive weapon skills. And lastly, you get all the sweat, and you get all the loot. There's another benefit to doing this method of swunting. As part of the system of walking your target out of the spawn line, the slow backwards walk can sometimes allow you to find fruit, stones, and dung lying on the ground. Because of this, try sticking to the same area for 2 days to determine if there are any ground items to be found. Adjust some of your return paths to really cover the area well. You might go an entire day without finding anything, but on other days you might find 1 to 3 ground items to add to your loot for the run. If you haven't found any ground items after 2 days, move to another area and try it again. To maximize my run, I'll use all of my ammo, then convert all of my shrapnel to ammo and continue the hunt. I'll go back and forth doing this until I literally don't have a shot left. At this point, the hunt is over, and it's time to go back and determine how well I did. Okay, so I'll take a look to see what I got in loot from that Gallard's one. I'll just put all this stuff into the trade terminal just to get some TT value for everything that I picked up. A lot of the stuff is not very high MU, but you build up enough of it, you can make the decision whether or not you want to TT it, save it for later, sell it. I can also throw my ammo in here for the bullets because I don't use bullet ammo, and I also picked up a couple guns in there. Neither one of them are full TT, a little over ped worth of weapons. They do have a decent MU on it. Sometimes not always easy to sell when they're not full TT. But you can try shouting it out in the trade terminal and try to see if you can get close to MU for it. But for this purpose, I'll just throw them in on TT value. And with a grand total of 17 ped. So in basic loot, I did not make back the 20 ped that I invested in that run. But if I go back and I look at the other stuff that I picked up for doing what I did, I got 345 Karut, I got 59 Paplon, and I even got 49 Dung on that run also. So if I just look at the Paplon and the Karut, I'm looking at 400 fruit. So, you know, that's 4 or 5 ped right there. I got 7.6k sweat from that one run. So you're looking at 11, possibly 12 ped worth of sweat. So you add all that together with the 17 ped of loot, and you start looking at a 33 to 35 ped run. In the end, not a very bad deal. Well, I hope you found this video informative, and if you have any questions, just put them below and I'll answer what I can. Thanks, and enjoy your Swunt.